Hey guys! No, I haven't disappeared off the face of the planet. I've just been a lazy piece of shit who couldn't be bothered to vlog. With that being said, I want to talk about Saturday night's episode of Atlantis and the BBC's stupid ass decision to cancel it. If you don't know what Atlantis is, it's a family show centred around Greek mythology with characters we've all heard of such as Hercules, Icarus, Medusa and Jason from Jason and the Argonauts. Why am I ranting about this show, you ask? Well, for one, it was a great show with great characters. I'll admit season 1 was a bit slow at first and 90% bants, but season 2 was so good. There were plot twists everywhere, amazing fight scenes, actual character development. This show was going places. Until the BBC decided to cancel it. Yes, I realise shows often get cancelled, but this happened after season 2 had finished filming, meaning that the show doesn't even get a proper ending. We were meant to see Atlantis sinking into the sea, which would have looked amazing, but nope, all we got was a setup for season 3. A season 3 that will never happen. And season 3 looked so freaking good. We were going to see Jason set off in search for the Golden Fleece, which is a really interesting part of Greek mythology. We were going to see the sinking of Atlantis, we were going to watch Icarus and Pythacarus be really gay with each other, which is something I'll come to in a minute. So, let's move on to talking about the last episode, a 90-minute season finale which was amazing from start to finish. I think the show really suited being that length rather than the usual 45 minutes, and it had everything from fight sequences to romance to Icarus flying off into the sun. Sort of. Jason and Ariadne had a really adorable forest wedding. Hercules killed Pasiphae. Except that he didn't. Pythacarus was overly concerned for his boyfriend. Again, I'll come to that in a minute. Everything was so brilliantly written and I was so ready to watch them start their quest for the Golden Fleece until I remembered, oh yeah, that's never going to happen. We're never going to find out the fate of all these characters we've come to know and love. I don't want to be bitter about it, but I'm bitter about it. So, Icarus of Pythagoras. Let's talk about that, shall we? Pythagoras, along with Hercules and Jason, was one of the main characters of the show. A character who, right from the start of season 1, never had a love interest. Jason had Ariadne, Hercules had Medusa, for a while. Spoilers. But Pythagoras, oh poor Pythagoras, where was his love interest? Maybe he was just more interested in triangles than romance, or maybe he was gay. Maybe he was gay. Of course we had all speculated about it, but did we actually think Pythagoras was going to be given a male love interest? And on a family show too! I know we were all guilty of shipping Jason and Pythagoras from the start, but that was just like shipping Destiel or John Locke. But then Icarus arrived on the scene. Oh, Icarus. Of course we're all familiar with the legend of Icarus flying too close to the sun, so we were pretty certain what his fate was going to be, but he kept hugging Pythagoras every 5 seconds and he was so adorable, and how could we not ship them? Sure, it was probably just gay baiting like every other show, but we were still going to ship them. But then it just kept getting more and more obvious, like the show practically started with them stargazing together. Did your OTP stargaze together? I think not. But then all the hugging and the heart eyes and Pythagoras slowly becoming more and more depressed every second he wasn't with his beloved, until Hercules called him out on his shit. That's right, Hercules knew Pythagoras was hopelessly in love with Icarus, and you know what? Hercules gave no shits. Hercules shipped it just as much as us. But oh my god, their relationship wasn't even questioned. None of the other characters gave a shit that Pythagoras was in love with another man, and that is what makes Atlantis so great. Think, BBC, about how a character such as Pythagoras could help kids or young teenagers who were in the closet or confused about their sexuality. Representation is so important, and seeing such a kind and smart character not have his sexuality questioned could really help people. None of the characters made any sort of deal about it, which is freaking brilliant because it isn't a big deal. It's just as much of a big deal as Jason being with Ariadne. And this is exactly where the BBC have messed up. This was literally our first representation of a gay main cast character being in a family show. You're giving gay kids a character they can relate to and then snatching it away from them. It's important that we have a diverse representation of sexuality in family shows. Being gay or lesbian or bisexual or having any other sexuality that isn't straight is rarely shown in a drama-free way. And Atlantis had a lot. It wasn't just hinted at, it was out in the open for everyone to see. And they kissed. Oh my god, that kiss was the cutest thing I've ever seen. I am still not over that kiss. I think I need a moment. So what do you think about Atlantis? Do you agree that it should have at least got one more season to tie things up? Are you glad that it's over? Do you ship Pythacarus and Icarus? Do you still have no idea what I'm talking about? Let me know down in the comments. I'm going to try to start vlogging more often, but who am I kidding? You're probably not going to see me again for another 3 months. Bye for now. Oh my god. Sure, it was probably just gay baiting like every other show. I just fell off my bed.